Nolan King here for MMA Junkie, and I'm being joined by UFC bantamweight contender Cody Stamann. Cody, how are you, man?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, hanging in there. How's the quarantine life treating you? I know you might be a little more well-equipped. You're kind of an outdoorsy guy, so has this, do you feel like you're built for this a little bit better than the rest of us?
Yeah, I think well-equipped is a good way to put it. I mean, I kind of keep to myself anyways, you know what I mean? So this hasn't, outside of not being at the gym every day, this hasn't changed my life that much. It's been absolutely gorgeous in Las Vegas. I've been going from, I was just laying by the pool. I almost fell asleep sitting by the pool, actually. And then my alarm went off, and I'm like, oh shit, it's noon. All right, so I got to go back in. So, I mean, it could be so much worse for me. It's actually been kind of like a vacation, outside of the fact that, like, this is kind of a weird reality right now.
Yeah, it's really strange, man. And I know it's weird for everyone, but it's even weirder for you guys, having fights booked and then pushed off and then canceled, postponed, whatever. So how have you handled that? Because I know you were supposed to fight on March 28th, and then you got rebooked again, and that looks like that's going to be pushed. So I guess how did you handle that mentally and preparation-wise?
Well, I was bummed. I was definitely bummed. I mean, March 28th, I felt like I had done absolutely every single thing right. My weight was perfect. I was in great shape. My sparring sessions were going really well. I was just excited to fight. I felt like I had a really terrible performance against Song Yadong, so I was excited to kind of put that behind me and go have an outstanding performance against Raoni Barcelos. So when it got canceled, I was just bummed. I mean, that was it. And then, I like anyone else, I just started, stocking up on food and locked myself in the house and ate a ton of food, got fat, and then they called me again and they're like, hey, we think you might be fighting early May. And I was like, oh crap. So let's get back on the diet. Let's get back to work. And that's exactly what I did. And then, a week later, they canceled that one. So I'm just like, well, shit. I mean, I want to fight. You know what I mean? I want to fight, and I want there to, I want there to be a 100% concrete event that's going to happen soon because, I've got nothing else to do. I mean, I could train all freaking day. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, if I can't go to the PI and Extreme Couture and all the best gyms in the world, I don't really care. I'll work out in my garage. I've done it before. I've gotten prepared for fights. You know what I mean? My coaches can come here. I can bring training partners here. We'll figure it out. We'll be safe and we'll make it work. I want to get something locked down.
Yeah, and I know it's kind of a calculated decision. You have to weigh your options here. But where are you right now? What side of the fence are you on? Are you on the one that kind of wants to wait until this thing gets figured out, or are you looking to, if they call you to fight on sometime in May on Fight Island, are you down to do that, or kind of what's your game plan from here on out?
I'll fight. I'll absolutely fight. I think the UFC can do this in a way that it will keep us safe. I was on a conference call with Dana White, and he was basically saying he's like, we're gonna do everything. And ultimately, for me, it's like if I don't fight, I don't get paid. Fighting is my job. I already got prepared for a fight that I didn't get paid for, so I want to go out there and I want to do my job. Like most people in America, you know what I mean? I don't think anybody's like, and if they are, I mean, damn, maybe you should think about, change your life. If you're one of those people that right now you're like jumping for joy and you're super happy that you're sitting at home, you don't have to go to work, maybe you should get a new job. I actually really enjoy my job, so I would like to get back to it. This virus doesn't necessarily scare me the way maybe it scared a lot of other people. I just think being a healthy guy and a disciplined guy, I think that I could, you know what I mean? Hypothetically, let's say I did get it. I don't even think I would know, you know what I mean? I could have already had it, you know what I mean? Because I'm a super, super healthy dude. I just don't see this affecting me the same way it might affect someone else. And ultimately, I'm out here in Las Vegas. It's just me and my girlfriend. So who am I going to infect? You know what I mean? I'm not around anybody. So I'm not really a liability to anybody or my family or anything like that. So I just want to, you know, I want to work. Like I don't give two shits about this coronavirus.
Right.
Let's just do it. You know what I mean? We can literally we can all get it, quarantine ourselves for 2 weeks and then fight. You know, I don't care.
And you know, having been booked for that March 28th event that didn't happen, I feel like we haven't really heard much about that event or the Portland event that was supposed to happen after that in terms of, you know, Dana White said he was going to take care of you guys. Has there been any conversation at all about maybe some compensation for the loss, or is that kind of not a discussion that's taken place?
No, there hasn't been any a conversation about that. I think it's kind of a weird thing to ask right now, being that so many people are out of work.
Sure.
And they're doing everything they can to. I was gonna say something during that meeting, and I was like, man, I don't really want to stand up and say this right now. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy that's like, hey, you know, I didn't get paid. Will you please, you know, you could throw me some money? I felt like it was a bad time. You know what I mean? There's so many people that are out of work and so many people that are hurting for money. Like, I just did not want to be the dude that stood up and raised his hand and said that. And ultimately, you know, financially, I'm not in a bad position where I'm like hurting for money. So it's, you know, I'm fortunate enough to really not be stressing about that. And plus, if I get a fight rebooked, then, you know, no harm, no foul. I mean, if you just take a look at, you know, how hard I worked in the last training camp, you know, I got to think that I got better, and that's going to, you know, pay off.
For sure. And I know one of the other things that was discussed in that meeting was that Dana said the people that the fighters that had fights booked would be the first ones to kind of get dibs to get rebooked. So for you, you're in an interesting position where you were fighting a guy that was from Brazil. So, you know, is there anybody else that you would hope to be booked against quickly here, or is you know, looking at the rankings, anybody within your area that you're hoping to fight when it comes time?
I'm gonna say yes to anybody. I mean, I don't know who I'm going to get. I don't know if I'm going to get a guy in the top 10. I don't know if I'm going to get a random dude from the U.S. I don't know who's here. You know, I haven't even had those conversations yet. You know what I mean? I don't know who in the top 10 is in the U.S. to where that, you know what I mean, they're even an option to fight. I don't know who went home or, you know, went back to Brazil or wherever the hell they're from. So I have no idea, you know, who my options are. You know, I think Barcelos is a really tough guy. I was taking him really seriously. You know, I think he's one of the best. He was honestly, like, after watching him fight, I think he was probably one of the best dudes in the world. So I got prepared for that, and I'm prepared for anyone. You know what I mean? Like, whoever comes up for this next fight, yeah, I'm just gonna say yes. I'm at the point where I don't even care. You know what I mean? I've been training so damn long, with no finish line. I'm just like, give me a goal, give me someone to go after, and just stick me in there, and let's figure it out.
I respect it, man. Well, I really appreciate the time, and whenever it is time for you to step back in the cage, I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for the time today, Cody.
Appreciate it, brother. Stay safe.